but I still got her something pink.
It's gonna rock her world just a little bit.
Being a working mom is very hard. Little squirrels they are.
Mama gets butterflies on the first day of school.
For the sights, the shift goes on, yet you clocked out for the night. That's all you can see. All your love when shots go by. Take it back from me. Every time I'm gonna miss your smile.
All right, so I have a few minutes here before I have to run in and pick up Maddie. So I just wanted to hop on and I don't know, hop like a bunny. Wanted to come and start a video here and kind of chat a little bit about some of the feelings that I've been having as a mom lately. So I am a mom of 4. I have a 6-year-old, a 3.5-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 3-month-old. And having 4 kids, especially 2 that are going into school this year, has been quite a challenge to have to juggle everyone's schedule, especially now that I'm back to work. Maternity leave is over, which means I also am working full-time, and makes it that much harder to juggle all of these schedules, because when I was on maternity leave I could just do whatever I wanted with my time, and now I have to kind of work it around my responsibilities. That has definitely been the hardest. So Maddie is at camp and she's done a few different theater camps, ballet classes, and things like that over the summer while she's out of school. And she loves it so much. It's kind of inspired me to seek out a class or, you know, try something new for myself, just because she has loved it so much and having something to look forward to in the summer. And I love taking her there, giving myself a little break. From having 2 kids at home while I'm trying to work. I can have her at the camp while her sisters are at daycare. However, this camp is 30 minutes from home, and I didn't realize it was going to be quite so much of a drive. And so I'm like, cool, she's at camp from 9 to 4 all day, but that's actually taking up 2 hours of my time, where it's an hour commute in the morning and then an hour commute in the afternoon to pick her up. And so I'm like, I'm actually losing working hours driving around town to all of these different places, as well as having to pick up her sisters from daycare and take the baby to the doctor's appointment and run all the different errands. We have a birthday party coming up. We're going camping soon. And it's just like, I can see why being a stay-at-home mom is so important to people, because it gives that flexibility in your schedule. Have your kids' schedule be the focus. And I think it'll be different in 3 more weeks when Maddie goes back to school as well. We'll have just our drop-offs in the morning and then the pickup at the end of the day. And again, I'll have just the middle of the day free for myself. Me and Hunter will hang out. Being a working mom is very hard to balance all of that. I'm very grateful for my job. I work remotely from home, and it's a job that I've been at for many years. So it is very flexible, and I don't sacrifice my work in order to get all of this done. It's just quite a balancing act. So I just got back from Barnes & Noble. I stopped there on my way over here to pick up Maddie and just wanted to get a few new books for back to school. We're going back to school, but also Brooklyn is going to preschool for the first time, and being in that kind of like structured environment, that I wanted to introduce that to her a little bit more. So I wanted to expand our little back to school book collection. So I got like 3 or 4 more. And so after this, I will go home and show you a little back to school book collection.
All right, so I had just gone through my kids' bookshelf and I pulled out a bunch of books and rotated them out for the season. And I pulled out some of the books for back to school season, And I like doing this with different seasons, if it's like Easter or Halloween or if it's Christmas, whatever it may be. We did it when we brought like a new baby home and things like that, just to kind of have some books that are out based on like the upcoming season. So this has kind of been a bigger year for us going with back to school season. Now I have 2 kids who are in school officially as opposed to just daycare. So I wanted to share some of the books here that we have that are kind of based on that, and we read them to help introduce going back to school and what to expect with that, you know, big life transition. So Brooklyn is going to preschool for the first time this year, and she's been going to the same daycare since she was 3 months old. So this is just a big deal. She's so excited about it, but I just know, you know, it's gonna rock her world just a little bit. So this one, I don't even have the jacket for it anymore, but this is If You Take a Mouse to School, and it's basically the same as like If You Give a Mouse a Cookie book, but it's just based on school. So the little mouse is in the backpack and packs a lunch and plays on the playground and has to catch the bus, and so very school related but also very cute. We have Llama Llama Back to School. Everybody loves the Llama Llama books. They are so easy to read with the rhyming and also pretty short. There's just like 1 line on each page. So this is a really good one for like a quick read. So Chrysanthemum is an underrated back to school book. I loved this book when I was a kid, and I love reading it to my kids, and she picks up on the fact that there's mean girls and she doesn't want to be the mean girl, and so, you know, the life lessons of just like being yourself always, you know, pays off in the end. So I do love Chrysanthemum as a back to school book. Then we have Butterflies on the First Day of School, and this one's really sweet as well because it talks about obviously getting butterflies when you're nervous and doing something new, and how that's okay. It'll be okay in the end. But then on the last page, it also talks about how mama gets butterflies on the first day of school. And so I'm like, that's very sweet also that, you know, obviously it's a big deal for your kids, but it's also a big deal as like a mom and having to do this for the first time. So that hit a little differently the first time that I read it. And this one I bought as a new book, so I actually haven't read this one. I just went to Barnes & Noble and picked up a few new ones for our collection. So this one is Yeti is Not Ready for School. And when I flipped through it, it just talks about things that are happening, and then the Yeti's like, nope, can't go now, you know, can't find my backpack, guess I'm not going to school, I'm not ready to go, can't get my shoes on, I'm not ready. And so I'm not actually sure what happens next. Just some sort of Yeti going to a monster school. So this one is specifically related to preschool. It's the 12 Days of Preschool, and it's a book written to the 12 Days of Christmas song, which is actually pretty annoying to have to read. I try not to read it in like the music voice, I just try to read it as a book, but then, you know, obviously very repetitive and very long to read, but very cute at the same time because there's lots of lessons on like sharing and the different activities that they would be playing while they're at school. This one is another like preschool specific one, so these will be more geared towards Brooklyn's going to preschool. So we have Pete the Kitty, which is Pete the Cat, who's a very popular like book and TV character, but Pete the Kitty obviously is a little bit younger. He's going to preschool, not regular school, and so it's just walking him through his day in preschool. And another popular like recognizable character is the Very Hungry Caterpillar. We love that book, very familiar with it, but the Very Hungry Caterpillar goes to school. And this one's kind of fun because there's different like flaps on each page. Like there's a teacher flap, and then there's music class, and then there's lunchtime, and then and so you can like flip through the flaps with the very typical like Eric Carle illustrations. I bought this at Hobby Lobby, actually. I didn't realize they had books that were there, but this is Biscuit Goes to School, and it was only $3.59. And what I love about Biscuit, we have a lot of the Biscuit books, but this is obviously, you know, I can read books, so I was kind of hoping that Maddie, this would be a good way to get her like kind of back into reading and practicing her reading, and then that way when she goes back to class, she's kind of worked those muscles over the summer. So we actually haven't read this one yet, but this is a new one that we added to the collection. So this is another new one that I just got, and it's the Goodnight Train is Ready for School. And we have the regular original like Goodnight Train book, and that one was a hit for a long time. So I thought that this one was perfect because obviously back to school related, and it's pretty fun. It's got like the little windows from one page you can see like onto the other page. Something maybe for a little bit younger, maybe like Summer would like to read this one as well, even though she's not going to school. And speaking of Summer, this one was also kind of for her, even though she's not going to preschool. But we have Peekaboo Apple. I figured Apple was like, you know, school teacher's apple. But we have this same Peekaboo book, but we have Peekaboo Love. And it's really fun because it's got like these little things you can go like up and down with, or pull out the sides. And she thinks it's so fun to do all of these different things. And so I'm like, that's a new one for her that she can play with. But then, you know, it's not school related specifically, other than the fact that it was an apple. I just thought it would be kind of a fun one to add to the collection. This another new one that I just got at Barnes & Noble when I went, and preschool is cool. Again, just talking about how are you gonna fit in? How are you gonna show your personality? What's gonna happen when you get there? You know, meeting your teacher, playing with your friends, same kind of themes that all of them have. So just different books to kind of add into the like nighttime book rotation that we have. And that's one of my favorite things to do for my kids, is try to get them to read more and use books to help work through, you know, life transitions. So I did want to share one more thing. I just pull out this little like bin, and this is where all of the books that are like whatever season it is go here, and then it's just right next to the little like play kitchen and the bookshelf, and that way we know exactly where the like back to school books are compared to all the other books that are on their shelf.
Take it back, take it back, take it back from me. Take it back, take it back, take it back, you'll see. Take it back, take it back, take it back from me. Take it back, take it back, take it back, you'll see.
I just did some back to school shopping, and I don't know if you're allowed to go back to school shopping without your kids with you, but I did anyway because they are just at daycare and camp and just have their own schedules going on. So I made a list of things that I needed for all of my kids and tried to stick to the list. Hopefully I did. So I went to TJ Maxx, and I thought that they would have some really good deals, and they did, but they also didn't have a huge selection. The girls' clothing was like one rack, that for everything. And then they had like 2 racks of baby clothing. They had no kids' shoes. Basically go there if you are a 40-something woman, because that's where your selection is. And then everybody else, you just kind of have to get lucky. Actually, I got some good things. This is a 6. And so this is one of those 4-piece sets. It has a pink pair of pants, the leopard pair of pants, the matching leopard top, and then this like plain tan top with like the little embroidery here. So 4 pieces, and this was $20. So what is that? $5 each. Like that's like Walmart prices. It's like Target clearance prices. So this is perfect. This is for Maddie. Mix and match. So here's another one for Maddie. This is one of these like corduroy dresses with the long sleeve shirt underneath it, and it actually comes with a matching headband, and we are very into headbands right now when you're a 6-year-old girl. But also Maddie, she's growing out her bangs and loves to wear her hair down, but doesn't like when her hair gets in her eyes. So like a headband is the perfect thing, especially when it's matching. So this is good. We love wearing dresses, so this is a nice one, and it's also really good for when the weather starts to get a little bit cooler to have like a long sleeve dress, as well as you can like also wear it with other shirts underneath it other than just this one. This one is $17. This one is only $12.99, so $13 for this 3-piece thing. Yes, this is another one for Maddie. Same kind of idea where it comes with the matching headband, and it's kind of a little cropped of a shirt, and then we've got little flowery pants, little like bell bottom kind of style, really stretchy outfit. And I like that this one wasn't pink, because although we love pink, sometimes it's nice to kind of have a little bit of a different option. And the Halloween one is only $12.99, so I'm like, that is such a good deal. A 3-piece for $13, like $6 each basically. So the last thing I got for Maddie again was like this set. Like this is kind of all that they had at this location. It comes with the little hair clip that matches the pants, and these are just like regular legging pants in the polka dot, and then it's got a little ghost for obviously Halloween with the pumpkins and like the sparkles on it, long sleeve like ruffly thing. And this one is super cute. We love, you know, dressing up for holidays and things like that, so this is another good option for Maddie. Okay, so now I'll get into what I got for Brooklyn, who is almost 4 and she's going into preschool. I got, again, they just had like these sets where they come together, so the little blue leggings with the shirt here. This one is $15. It's like a long sleeve with little ruffles, and it's got the little doggies on it, and then the hair clips that match the little doggies as well. She would love the dogs, and she's, you know, doesn't have to be in pink quite as much like Maddie does, but I still got her something pink. This is only $14, but it's a Nike brand, so I thought that was such a good deal. We got Nike leggings plus a little like cropped long sleeve Nike shirt. She plays hard on the playground, so some active wear. So the last thing I got for Brooklyn is this backpack. So I said she didn't really like pink as much, but she does love pink. And I like this one. It's not quite as big as like the standard like adult size school backpack. It comes with 2 little pouches. We have this cute little mini backpack, as well as like basically like a little pencil case, and this little like heart charm on the bag, the front pocket, and 2 pockets for on the inside. Very like wipeable, washable material. And if you have a 3-year-old girl, you know what kind of like little squirrels they are, where they have to bring everything with them and pack everything up and carry around little purses and backpacks and bags and stuff like that. So she would love to just like keep her little stuff in the different bags, and obviously has like her folder and things from school. Plus they have to keep their lunch box in their backpack while they're at school, so I needed a backpack that was big enough to hold her lunch bag in it. And she has a lunch bag from before, so I didn't buy her a new one, but I just needed a new backpack. And I didn't get a new backpack for Maddie because she's going to keep the one from that she had last year at kindergarten. It's still good, it still works. She'll have the same lunchbox and the same backpack as last year. I got 3 things for myself because I'm not going back to school, but I just couldn't resist. So here are 2 pumpkin pillows. These are cupcakes and cashmere down pillows, so $35, but these are huge. I also got a little ghosty pink. I love pink. This was $13, and it comes with a little light that you put on the bottom to make it glow. And I just thought a little pink ghost to go on like my mantle is so festive. I love decorating it's kind of like outside of the norm colors. Like I'll do like purple for Christmas and like neon colors, and so I'm like, I think a pink ghost is adorable, so add that to the collection. And this was in the clearance section at TJ Maxx, so it's Silk or Silky brand for $8, and it's a deep conditioning hair mask repair therapy with keratin, camellia seeds, paraben free, sulfate free. And I've been really looking for like a hair mask for my hair because it's been a long time since it got cut. Oh, it smells good. It smells like florally. I wanted to give this brand a try and try something new. So a few things for myself as well in my little back to school haul. I still have to get some shoes, so I'm gonna have to bring the kids with me. I'm thinking of going to like Kohl's to get some shoes. I'll go to Kohl's and bring the girls with me and do some final like clothes shopping that they can pick out some outfits for themselves as well as try on different shoes. And that should be it for the back to school haul.
Feels like an ending time.